Subic Bay stunned. U.S. amphibious assault vehicles storm Philippine shores. The news broke like a thunderclap across the archipelago this morning, September 4th, 2025. The massive stern gate lowered, revealing a churning expanse of gray water. Legendary assault amphibious vehicles, or AAVs, lined up in perfect, menacing rows. The first AAV roared to life, plunging into the turquoise waters of the South China Sea. One after another, the vehicles followed, forming a formidable flotilla of steel. On shore, the first reports were a mix of confusion and awe. The sight of dozens of American armored vehicles emerging from the sea was unforgettable. What exactly is an assault amphibious vehicle? At its core, the AAV is a paradox, a machine built to conquer two completely different environments. It is both a boat and a tank, a hybrid designed to bridge the gap between sea and land. In the water, it moves like a lumbering sea creature, propelled by powerful water jets. Its tracked design gives it a distinctive boxy shape, but its hull is engineered to be buoyant, allowing it to transport Marines from a ship stationed miles offshore directly onto an enemy beachhead. Once it hits the shore, the AAV undergoes a dramatic transformation. The driver engages the land-based systems, and the vehicle's tracks grip the sand, dirt, or pavement. It sheds its naval identity and becomes a tracked armored personnel carrier. On land, it can reach speeds of over 40 miles per hour, providing mobility and protection for the infantry inside. This dual capability is what makes the AAV so crucial. It eliminates the most vulnerable moment for an invading force, the transition from sea to land. The AAV-7A1 model, storming Subic Bay today, has been in service for decades, a testament to its robust and effective design. While newer vehicles are being developed, the AAV remains a vital component of the U.S. Marine Corps' expeditionary strategy. Subic Bay is more than a deepwater harbor. It's a place layered with history. For nearly a century, it was home to one of the largest U.S. naval bases, a symbol of American power and alliance with the Philippines. In 1992, the U.S. Navy left, and the base became the Subic Bay Freeport Zone. Yet, Subic's strategic importance never vanished. Today, as military exercises return, Subic Bay stands as a bastion for regional security, no longer just a ghost of the past. The sight was utterly unexpected for most Filipinos. On the beaches of Subic, what began as a normal Thursday morning was shattered by the sight of armored vehicles emerging from the waves. Local news channels quickly cut to live feeds, and social media exploded with photos and videos. The initial reaction was a cocktail of shock, curiosity, and for some, apprehension. Are we being invaded? Was a question that flickered across comment sections, half jokingly, half seriously. For the older generation, especially those who remembered the American naval base, the scene stirred a complex sense of nostalgia and unease. For some, it was a welcome sight, a reassuring sign of a powerful ally's commitment. For others, it was a stark reminder of a past dependency, raising old questions about sovereignty and foreign military presence on Philippine soil. Conducting it here in plain view felt deliberate. It transformed a routine military practice into a public spectacle. It was a statement meant not just for military planners or foreign adversaries, but for the Filipino people themselves. The AAVs were not just landing on a beach. They were landing in the middle of a complex and ongoing debate about the Philippines' place in the world. This dramatic landing was not a spontaneous event. It was a key component of Exercise Balikatan, the largest and most significant annual joint military exercise between the Philippines and the United States. The name itself, Balikatan, is a Filipino word that means shoulder to shoulder. This perfectly encapsulates the spirit of the drills. Two allied nations working together, strengthening their interoperability and shared defense capabilities. The exercise involves thousands of troops from both countries, engaging in a wide range of scenarios, from disaster response to counterterrorism and, increasingly, maritime defense. The core purpose of Balikatan is to ensure that the armed forces of the Philippines and the U.S. military can operate together seamlessly in a crisis. This year's Balikatan has a distinct focus on external defense scenarios. The amphibious landing at Subic Bay highlights a shift towards maritime security and territorial defense. The AAVs practicing a beach assault is a clear simulation of how the Allies might respond to an attempt to seize territory. The shoulder-to-shoulder concept extends beyond the battlefield. It represents a deep historical alliance forged in war and maintained through decades of cooperation. Bala-Katan is the living embodiment of that treaty, where soldiers from different cultures learn to speak the common language of tactics, strategy, and mutual defense. It is crucial to understand that the dramatic scene at Subic Bay was, at its heart, a drill. No shots were fired in anger. No territory was actually being invaded or retaken. This was a large-scale, highly realistic rehearsal. Amphibious assaults are among the most difficult and dangerous of all military maneuvers. They require perfect synchronization between naval ships, aircraft, and ground forces. The exercise simulates a worst-case scenario, the need to defend or reclaim Philippine territory. By practicing the landing of troops and equipment, the United States and Philippine forces are building muscle memory. This kind of preparation is not just about tactics, it's also about deterrence. By openly demonstrating this capability, the United States and the Philippines are sending a clear signal to any potential aggressor. The message is simple. An attack on the Philippines would be met with a swift and powerful joint response. The sight of amphibious assault vehicles storming a beach is a powerful deterrent because it makes the potential consequences of aggression tangible and visible. The drill serves as a vital training opportunity for the armed forces of the Philippines, enhancing their ability to defend their vast coastline and maritime territories. The amphibious landing at Subic Bay was not conducted in a vacuum. Its significance radiates outward, sending powerful ripples across the tense waters of the South China Sea. Subic Bay directly faces the contested waterway, where China has been increasingly aggressive in asserting its expansive territorial claims. This exercise is a direct response to that environment. It serves as a powerful counter-narrative to the narrative of Chinese dominance in the region. The landing of amphibious assault vehicles is a physical manifestation of the United States' commitment to its defense treaty with the Philippines. For other nations in Southeast Asia who also face pressure from Beijing, this exercise is watched with great interest. It signals that the United States is serious about maintaining a presence in the region and supporting its allies. The Bala-Katan exercise helps to reinforce a regional balance of power, preventing any single country from dictating the rules in this critical global waterway. From the perspective of Manila and Washington, the drill is a defensive and stabilizing action. The goal is not to start a conflict, but to prevent one by making the cost of aggression unacceptably high. Ultimately, the arrival of dozens of amphibious assault vehicles on the shores of Subic Bay is about sending a message. It is a message forged not in diplomatic cables or press conferences, but in the hard reality of steel, diesel, and seawater. The demonstration of a robust amphibious assault capability is a clear warning against any military aggression aimed at seizing Philippine territory. It communicates that the United States-Philippine alliance is not merely symbolic, but has tangible, formidable military power behind it. The second audience is the Philippines itself, its government, its military, and its people. For the armed forces of the Philippines, it is a message of partnership and capacity building. For the Filipino people, it is a visible and dramatic reassurance that they are not alone in facing external threats. The third audience is the wider international community, particularly allies and partners in the Indo-Pacific region. The exercise signals the enduring commitment of the United States to regional security and a free and open Indo-Pacific. This message of solidarity is the essence of the Bala-Katan exercise. The image of American and Filipino troops working together, shoulder to shoulder, is a powerful one. The arrival of American amphibious vehicles at Subic Bay is rich with symbolism. It echoes General MacArthur's historic Leyte landing in 1944. Today's landing, though peaceful, carries the weight of a powerful ally returning in uncertain times. These exercises show the evolution of the U.S.-Philippine relationship, partners training side by side. As the sun sets over Subic Bay, the scene is one of quiet power, a promise written in the sands.